Hey y'all, hey, this is your girl Thérèse Prentice, and I'm here with another journey. Let's just call it a journey, inviting sacred home. So part of inviting sacred home is all about connecting with nature, connecting with ourselves, connecting with others. But most importantly, it's about inviting spirit, your ancestors into your daily activities, right? I named my business Eclectic Sacred Living because it speaks to who I am. I'm very unconventional. I'm definitely sacred, right? Because spirit and my ancestors, I don't leave home without them, right? I don't live life without them. And I give honor and reverence to spirit and my ancestors in everything that I do. And then the third piece about it in my daily activities, right? So eclectic sacred living is about being unconventional, giving honor and reverence to spirit and your ancestors in your daily activities. And that's what I do. That's what this is all about. I'm inviting you to come on this journey with me to invite sacred home. And that's through every aspect of our life. You know, we have to first awaken, then we get to embody, and then we get to live, right? And so I've been on this journey a really long time. I've been a coach for 30 years, y'all. For 30 years, I've been a life coach, a marketing coach, a business coach, all the things. And I can tell you some stories, but we're going to say that for another time. But today, we're going to talk about, let's see what we're going to talk about today. Why astrology is the missing tool to your healing. Why astrology is a missing tool to your healing. Why astrology? I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know that astrology was going to be the thing that was just going to catapult my healing and catapult my authenticity. So here's how we ended up here, having a YouTube channel, sharing with you, taking you on a journey to invite sacred home. Well, first, this got started because back in 2018, I was into human design. So I will say back in 2010, I had a spiritual awakening. And I had a coach at that time. She's now transitioned. And she helped me open myself up to like this whole divine feminine energy. And, I'm a Capricorn rising, right? But I'm a Capricorn rising, a Cancer moon, and a Sun in Gemini. So that, but I have an interception in my first house. So really, I live life as an Aquarian, and astrology helped me understand that. And I'm very Aquarian. My mother was an Aquarius. We were best buddies. Like I love and miss my mom so much because we were so. I used to talk to my mother for like 3 hours a day, every day. Okay, every day. My dad used to get a little. He was a Capricorn. He got a little, little warm under the collar because my mom and I we was just cool like that. My mother taught me about metaphysics. My mother taught me the connection between metaphysics and Christianity. My mom told me how to pray. My mom told me how to create prayers that were effective and manifested what you wanted. She told me how to manifest. Like there's so much that my mother taught me. And I didn't realize that till I got on my own healing and spiritual journey that I find out the impact that my mother really had. Because she was like the quiet storm, very different, very intentional. But the impact that she had on my life, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's still unfolding every day. And so this astrology. So I in 2010, like I can really say there's a marker. 2010, my spiritual awakening started, and it's traveled all different places. There's another marker in 2018. There's other things that have happened, but I'm talking about significant markers. So in 2018, I was introduced to human design, and human design changed my life. I'll tell anybody that. I found out that I was a manifestor 1-3, and that I was supposed to rest, and that I would get these bursts of energy and then crash and burn. Get these bursts of energy and crash and burn. Like I would tell people that I could literally stay up for 2, 3 days and then I'm going to crash and burn. But I didn't know what that meant. That was that manifested energy. Then I found out I was a 1-3. Man, I go down the rabbit hole. Rabbit holes in me. Listen, don't let me know what the rabbit holes are because I am going to go down the rabbit hole. When I come back up, I'm going to have a whole PhD. That's how I investigate and that's how I research and that's how I learn. So human design helped me really understand. I went and bought a picture and put it on my wall to remind me to rest. And this came after I had adrenal fatigue and my body was completely out. I wasn't living my practices as a herbalist. I called one of my mentors and he was like, yo, what you doing? You drinking your herbs, you drinking your smoothies, what you doing? I wasn't doing anything. My Vitamix was so far back in the back of my closet, I had to get on all fours to pull it out and put it on the counter and make sure that I stayed on that journey. And I can tell you, since I started that journey, I have not gotten off the journey since then. So having said all of that, we progress, we move along. We now move to 2020. I'm introduced to Cardology, and Cardology is the playing cards. It is the playing cards of it's a calendar that's actually embedded inside the ordinary playing cards. So I started, sitting in rooms on Clubhouse and learning and growing and all the things. And then as a result of it, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, it unfolded for me. And I really believe that cardology was given to me by spirit so that I could begin my healing process as my husband was going to transition. I didn't know that, but now I do. So I spent 4 years now learning cardology. And I'm going to do a whole video on what cardology is and all the things. But I had this bubbling inside of me today and I just needed to get it out. So, cardology, the study, the metaphysical science of the playing cards. An ordinary deck of playing cards, hidden inside there are so many amazing jewels that help me heal. I spent 2.5 years getting a weekly assessment, a weekly reading, a weekly understanding of how this energy, because it's all energy, was playing out in my life, and it helped me heal inside. Next up, from cardology, I then moved on to astrology. And baby, when I cracked open my astrological chart, my entire life unfolded in front of me. Those blind spots that I couldn't really kind of pinpoint, I felt like I was trying to clap my hands, but I just couldn't clap my hands. And I just kept going and going. And it's like you got all the effort to clap your hands, but you can't get them to connect. So now I get to clap my hands, and I have what is called a yod, and I'm a yod bearer. And there's so many people that you know in the world that have yods. One is Prince, two is Oprah, R.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, the entire royal family. Meghan Markle has two, Prince Harry has two. And so as you go through life, we have all of these people that have these blind spots. They're called quincunx, and a quincunx is, well, I should say, a yod is when it's called the fingers of God, and it's like two fingers that form like this, and at the bottom is a sextile, right? And so these are two blind spots, two quincunx, forming a midpoint, forming a point at an apex, and then you have the sextile. Those planets at the bottom, that's a sextile, they work well together. It's those quincunx on that apex, they don't work well. And then let's add in there that I have a kite. So I have a yod kite. So now we got some other planets in there at a midpoint that's in opposition to the apex. And let me just tell you, just say it gets more and more complicated over and over again. And then I have some intercepted signs. So at the end of the day, my life is not as simple. I got a lot of red stuff going on. And the fact that I was not close to the equator at birth, baby, it just adds on other layers and textures to who I would ultimately become. And then when you have Saturn in your first house and it's intercepted, it's going to take a while, baby. So it took me to my second Saturn return to really even to begin to understand the essence of who I am. And why am I saying all this to you? Because when you walk through life and you don't know your identity, it creates a lot of friction. In my life, I've described it as being like a rag doll. And the rag doll is being tossed across 6 lanes of traffic. And you just hitting the ground and they picking you up again and throwing you somewhere else. And you're like, oh, wait, no, 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 no. And they throwing you somewhere else. That's what my life has felt like. And so now to be on solid ground, now to be able to clap my hands, now to be not treated like a rag doll, now to know that I am very much Aquarian in my identity, now to know that I am to be big and bold in a certain area, and now to know who the audience is that I'm to work with, now to know my like when I say my purest essence of who I am, what I'm to do in this world, all came from where? My birth chart. That's why I'm going to sit here and I'm going to kind of keep beating my drum that I think everybody in the world, especially now when we have Pluto in Aquarius for the next 22 years. I think, and it's all about Aquarius is all about the individual. It's rebellious, it's technology, it's innovation, it's about the group, it's about, oh my gosh, it's just going community. If y'all are walking through life and you cannot say, oh my gosh, I know who I am, I know what I'm to do, and know I'm going to stand right here, dig my heels into the ground, and this is who I'm going to be, then you need your birth chart. You need a birth chart. And it's not something that you just go and get like a prediction. It's something that guides you through your life. It's where the cosmos were when you were born. And it's uniquely what I call your life print. So if you're watching this, you can go to lifemappingsession.com, lifemappingsession.com. I'm going to put the link in and book yourself a session with me. It's I get your I ask you for your details about where you were born, when you were born, what time you were born. Then before we even meet, dig into your birth chart, your natal chart, your birth chart, whatever you like to call it. And I am then I have some key placements that I know are blind spots for people, areas that they need to focus on to heal. I could tell you what type of careers are good for you, all kinds of things. These are characteristics. I'm not a fortune teller. I don't do none of that. Okay. I'm just going to tell you based on listen, spirit create the planets, spirit create the sky, spirit to me create everything. So everything is all connected. So when you understand your unique, your unique life print, I'm going to tell you the healing that happened, the peace, the joy, the everything completely, radically shifted my life. And I know now astrology is a foundation of what I do. And we weave in herbalism, we weave in my skills as a life coach, we weave in the technology, we weave in on the tail. And once you know who you are, and I got receipts, y'all. I got receipts. My clients will tell you who has worked with me. It took them about 3 years to really hone in on who they were. And I know y'all may say, 3 years? 3 years. But baby, I'm going to say, after 3 years, they are so rock solid. They got amazing relationships in their life. They just, every aspect of their life, the 9 dimensions of wellness in anyone's life, they are running like a well-oiled wheel because they dug in deep and did the work. So I want to tell you, go ahead. I'm going to put the link in the bottom. Schedule your life mapping session. Okay. That's where you get started. You can also send me a message. You can comment here. You can do other things. You can go to my website, eclecticsacredliving.com, and you can send me a message. And, we can figure out. I also have a VIP day model where I spend 4 hours with you with your birth chart. And then you get ongoing coaching with me from that. It's a larger investment, but I think that's the best thing that people could do. That's called Life Print VIP, lifeprintVIPday.com. So either way, you will have the information here. You can make the decision what works for you. But I'm going to tell you, don't spend another day not knowing and digging deep into your astrological chart. No, we're not going to do predictions. No, I'm not going to tell you when you're going to make money. And no, I'm not going to tell you when you're going to find a man. You'll find all those things when you work on you. When you show up as your best version of yourself, that's when that's when spirit brings you all the things. Okay? But you got to do the work. You get rewarded from spirit by doing the work. That's all. So again, my name is Thérèse Prentice. I am here to support you. I'm a sensual feminine confidence coach. I'm a master herbalist, an astrologer, and a podcaster speaker, and all the things. And I'm here to help you remember as a woman. I'm here to help you remember who you are. At the most cellular level, I want you to remember who you are. Because as a woman, we live life through our 6 senses, or six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you're not living from there, then you're not living from a space of ease, grace, and flow. That's what you were designed to be. And that's why a lot of women have a lot of friction going on in their life right now. And they feel disconnected from themselves, and they feel disconnected from their womb, and they feel disconnected from their intuition and their knowing, because they're not living life from their six senses. And I want to help you do that. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, your life is waiting. When are you going to show up? Bye for now.